Are your products taking forever to sell on eBay and then making you wonder what else sells faster? In this video, I'm going to show you some items that sold around 60 days-ish. And the reason I chose 60 days is because most of you can find these items, and 60 days is a good window for you to get your money back, your investment back. These items, some of them sold within 1 day, some of them within a couple of days, some within a couple of weeks. But most of these you can still find out in the wild. You can still find them at thrift stores or wherever you're shopping. This is not some pie in the sky stuff that sells every single day. Like, I'm not doing that. I want to be more realistic because I know that a lot of you don't have access to product that you can sell every single day or that sells every single day. So videos like these I do because I want you to see what is possible for you. And for those of you that are new to the channel, this is the way that it works. I'm going to go through the sales. I'm going to talk about maybe shipping, cost of goods, maybe the profit that was made. And in between that, I also answer questions and talk about comments that have been left in other videos. So if you ever have something to say, leave it in the comments below. I even have a segment, by the way, called Who Be Talking Shit, because the trolls online always talk shit. And I said, fine, then I'm going to put them up here. So get ready for that. And with that said, let's get to it. Let me get you on the back end. Here we go. Here's the first product. For those of you that already watch my videos, you already know what this is. For those of you that don't, let me explain. This is the Reselloupe. It's my own invention. It's my own product. This really does work. What I use these for is to point out features and benefits with the yellow one and flaws in the product with the red one. This is a full combo. You get the 6-inch here. You get the 6-inch in red, and you get the 3-inch also. If you have smaller products like Hot Wheels or maybe like a fine detail that you want to show off, then you can do that. This helps customers stop and actually look at whatever it is that you want to show them. Comes in a bunch of different combinations. This is the 2 6-inches. And then it has this one as well, which for those of you that bought the yellow ones before I made the red ones, because these weren't made at the very beginning, I just rolled them out. You guys can shop for that as well. Everything is going to be linked down below if you guys want to get one. The prices vary depending on what combo you get. And for those of you that want to know if it actually works, here's some reviews. This person says it will be especially helpful for clothing photos with the new pre-owned condition categories that eBay is rolling out in 2025. Well, condition categories already rolled out for most of you that already know. I've been using these a lot. Features and benefits with the yellow and flaws for the red, especially when it's good or fair. So that way the customer knows that something is good or something is fair. Here you go. You point it out with that, and it really does work. There's more reviews right here. I'm not going to go through all of them. But look, this one says, this person says, I appreciate it. It's a great value and quality. I've tried to break these, and those suckers are hard. I made them with an infill, meaning they're very difficult for you to break so that they can last. That way it's a one-time investment, then you can have them for a long time. Hopefully you come back and get more or buy some for somebody else. But however, I did make them so that they can last for a long time. There's a few more right there. And again, this is the complete set. It gives you the 2 6-inch and the 3-inch. So this is what I use all the time to point out features and benefits and flaws.
Hey, can I give my 2 cents real quick? This thing is awesome. It's made of great material. It's inexpensive. And most importantly, it works.
That was Bruce. Thank you very much, Bruce. Even Bruce is all on top of it. I do love the product. Again, it's going to be linked down below if you guys want to get one. Before I move on to the other sales, let me take the first comment or question. In this case, it is a question. As Space City Logistics says, I know you promote your clothing at 10.1%, more or less depending, but yes. But I see the train wasn't. Is that the only category you promote? He is referencing the Doge Guide to eBay. Streamline your store like a pro. Okay, there is staples that I use or certain percentages that I use. First off, let me say, I do recommend you promote everything. Percentages vary, but promote everything because eBay's pay to play. And if you haven't figured that out yet, then figure it out quick, because if not, you're going to lose sales to people like me. And as much as I don't want the competition, you know what? I'm just trying to help you guys. Apparel, most apparel is 10% or higher. Shoes is 5%, hats is 5%, and almost everything else is 3%. Everything is, I mean, I do have other in-between percentages, but those are like my staple. Those are my lines that I do. That way I don't have to like go and look at how much percentages I have to use every single time. It's just a staple, and I just go so I can list faster and keep going with my business. I hope that helps. And now let's go to the first sale. Shark Vac Mop Disposable Vacuum Mop Pad Refills. This is a 10 count. I bought these boxes for $3 each. This is one box. Sold for $50.97. This person bought 3. Free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $31.95. So after the cost of goods, what is that? About $22.95 in profit. Now, why do I pick these up all the time? Because household items like this always sell. They're necessary. People use them all the time. And the best thing about this is that they're being used and they're being thrown away. Obviously, it's not like a reusable product. The greatest thing is that if you can find a steady supplier at a great price, then this is going to be a continuous stream of income for you. This is what I suggest you look for when you are doing maybe retail arbitrage, because this is mostly going to be retail arbitrage unless you get an in with Shark and they allow you to sell them and you can get them cheap enough. But this is what I suggest you do, because they do sell. Look, I put them up on February 6th and they sold within under 3 weeks, which is great. And I made decent profit. Plus, they're super easy to list. They're super fast to list. All right, let's go to the next product. Here we go. For those that are wondering if a golf club sells, they do. Ben Hogan Big Ben Golf Driver. I bought this for $3.50 and I put it up on the 3rd of January. It is now February 24th. So about a month and a half under the 60-day mark. Look at this. Sold for $33.98, $14.99. After fees and everything, I brought home $32.24. So about $29 in profit. Very easy to ship out. Super easy to ship out. Now, when it comes to golf clubs, not everything sells. This one sold because it is a very specific golf club. This one has a titanium face. It is a 10.5. That is the way that it's angled. And then it's Ben Hogan. Ben Hogan is not a huge brand that people are looking for, but they do sell. Also, being that it's graphite, it sells. A lot more people are looking for graphite now rather than iron. So when it's chrome, like a chrome look all the time, like when the golf club looks like chrome, most of the time that's going to be steel, not iron, pardon me. It's going to be steel, like a steel shaft. And most people are not looking for steel shaft. They want graphite because they're a lot lighter and they're easier for you to mess with the way that they bend and when you're swinging the golf club. Next sale, here we have the Chevy Infinity Hat Cap Camo Mesh Trucker Snapback. I bought this for $1.50. Actually, I bought a few. I sold some of them locally and I sold this one online. Bought it for $1.50, sold for $19.53. After fees and everything, or free shipping, after fees and everything, I brought home $11.13. So I made about $9.75 in profit or so. Caps like this sell, especially when they're new. I started doing all hats now with free shipping. Now, I did say 60 days-ish. I put this up in December 18th, so it's going to be over the 60-day mark, but it's close enough. And hats, by the way, always take a little bit longer to sell. So 60 days for a hat is pretty good. Most hats will sit there for a while. It's just a slow mover. But I love doing hats because it takes me no time to shoot them and they make good money. I know that it's not like, ooh, super high dollar amounts, but trust me, when you sell a bunch of them, they're like, man, this shit racks up fast. And you guys will see bigger amounts a little bit later on, so stay tuned. Next question. Here we have at my sustainable stories. They are referencing how to shoot clothing photos faster for eBay. This is my best video for sure. It's got like 90,000 views. Everybody's watching it because it's a great video. I show you the minimum amount of pictures with the maximum amount of punch of impact to your listing. It says inventory photo. Do you really keep all of your inventory photo numbers stored on your phone till they sell? I'm not understanding what you're doing with the last photo. Okay, they're referencing the fact that I take about 7 photos of the actual product. And the last one, I take a picture of me holding up the inventory tag. Wait, where's my hand? There you go. The inventory tag is right here. And then I do this like either E for excellent, G for good, F for fair. That way I know what is going on when I come and list. I don't keep those photos. What I use them for is that I never put them on eBay, by the way. Nobody sees it except me. When I'm shooting in my processing room, I want all of the information possible to where I come and sit in my office and I list because I have a great setup here. I need all the information so that I don't have to touch my product again. Once I'm done in my processing room, it's done processing, it's into inventory, that's it. I'm never gonna touch it unless a customer wants separate information. So I need all that info here. And when my employee comes and shoots photos, they are trained to do the same thing, because let's say that I sit here and then it's like I come and sit here and I'm like, okay, well, what inventory number is it? Pues sepa la madre. Or is it excellent? Is it good? Is it fair? I don't know. It's like, well, that guy needs to give me that information so that I can have it here. I don't keep the photos. All I do is that I put them on my SKU level, the custom SKU level on eBay on the back end. I put information on there, which in fact, look, let me show you. This right here, like in hats, I goes hats because I have a section in my warehouse called hats. And then right here, it says 12, 18, 24. That's when I first listed it. And then there's the cost of goods. That way I have everything at the palm of my hand and I don't have to keep Excel sheets and photos and all of that, because that's just a waste of time for me. So that's the way that goes. And in fact, look, let me show you the next sale because it'll actually be apparel. Here we go. Pearl Izumi cycling shorts. This is excellent. EX for excellent. 1478 is the SKU number. That means that how I'm going to go find it. 223.25. That's when I listed it, which is yesterday. And I bought it for $1. By the way, this brand specifically, and almost anything cycling, but this brand specifically sells fast. They sent me an offer and I took it quick because within, I think it was like 3 hours I put it up, sold for $20, $8.99 shipping. I think I had put them up for $26 and I said $20 is fine. $8.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home, I brought home $17.39, so $16 in profit within 3 hours. That is a great way to sell. When you guys see cycling stuff for mountain biking, things of the sort, and this didn't even have the chamois, meaning the padded underwear. For those of you that ride, you understand. For those of you that don't ride, we usually wear padded underwear if you're constantly sitting on your seat, on your saddle, because you'll get chafed. It hurts your nalgas. So you have to wear things like that if you don't want to be walking around like you just got off a horse after a long bike ride. This didn't even have that. When it has that, I could have sold them for way more than that. But Pearl Izumi is a great brand to pick up. Don't forget. Next, I have shown you guys a bunch of train stuff that I bought that has been selling for the last couple of weeks. These are very good collectibles and almost always a pickup, depending on what condition they're in and depending on what they're for. But hobbyists, people that collect, always buy these. These are Marklin 5100 curved track. These are a set of 10. So first off, that's a switcher. That means that you can make the train go forward or switch it out to turn to go a different way, depending on how you laid out your track. I bought these for $10 for the whole thing. Sold $28.28, $9.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $24.34. I made $14 in profit. That is a great profit to make because I bought a whole bunch of this. So it's going to continue to sell over time. Now, for those of you that may be asking, well, Damien, why don't you put them all together and make a lot more money? Well, sometimes because when you put a lot of things together, you got to give a discount because it makes sense that you have 100 pieces of track, you give a discount. These are usually sold in 10 lots of 10. Therefore, I'm selling them in lots of 10 because that's how people are buying them. So you want to do what is best for the customer, not just for you. It's not always about the profit. You have to understand your customer to see how to sell to them best. And if you notice, I put them up on the 7th. That is about 2 weeks ago, and they sold. Here's another one. Again, part of that whole buy that I did. This is the Marklin 7163 Amtrak Arch Bridge. Bridge. Sorry, this is why I keep drinking water. This is a scale model train. They're made in Germany. Great looking bridge. Bought it for $10. Sold for $28.25, $12.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $26.68. So another $16 in profit just in that. If I had put that together with the track, guess what? I wouldn't have made the same amount of money. I would have had to give a discount and it would have been a little more. And I know that some of you are saying, well, Damien, but you'll save on the shipping. Yes, but still, I'm only going to charge shipping once. In this case, I charge $12.99 and $14.99. So it just makes sense. Sometimes I group things, which you'll see as if you wait a little bit, you'll see what I'm grouping together. But sometimes you don't group them, you separate them because it makes more sense and it makes you more money. I put that up on the 7th, and it wasn't the same person that bought it, by the way. Put that up on the 7th and it already sold. Excellent purchase. Oh, this is a good one. This person made this week's segment of We'll Be Talking Shit. People love this segment. So I'm going to read this off verbatim because I thought it was a great response that I sent out. And then I'm going to say a couple of words, but let's listen to what this dumbass has to say. At Bill2461 says, do you often get attacked while listing on eBay? Why do you need to carry while indoors? He is referencing how to shoot clothing photos faster. And I am carrying my concealed carry. Well, in this case is my pistol because I'm carrying open carry on video for a few reasons, but I'll explain after. Mind you, he had added the word lame afterwards and he edited and deleted it. Bro, if you're going to be talking shit, talk shit and stand by your words. That's what I do. Okay, here we go. I said attack? No, but being prepared isn't about expecting danger. It's about not being a victim if it ever comes. Just like I lock my doors, I take responsibility for my own safety. I always take responsibility for my own safety. Because relying on it'll never happen is actually, or it's what's actually lame. Because you don't know what's going to happen to you. So you got to be ready. A real man is always ready. I do not carry because I expect a fight. I carry because I refuse to lose one. That's why I carry. I refuse to be a victim to some asshole that's trying to get me here, outside, anywhere. I carry 99% of the day, all the time. And by the way, for those of you that are wondering, I carry on video and I open carry so you guys can see it because all I want to do is put attention, draw your attention so you can understand that you live in the best country in the world that allows you, and in fact, nobody should allow you to do this, but there are no issues here with you carrying to protect yourself and to protect yourself against, people trying to get into your house and break in, and also a tyrannical government. We have the Second Amendment, and it is the best thing that you can do. As a real man, you have to be on your shit all the time. You have to be on your game to protect your family and protect yourself. So, Bill, let's see, at Bill2461, you made this week's Who Be Talking Shit. Now you can go back to eating your soy burgers and rice cakes, and we'll see you in the next one, buddy. All right, enough of that. Let's keep going here. Look at this next sale. This is Battle Masters Board Game Strategy War Painted. Who remembers this game? This is an old game. I bought it for $20. I put it up on the 7th, and the only downside to this game was that I had to count all the pieces to make sure that they get a true count of what they were going to receive, because look at the price. Sold for $150. I did take an offer. I had it up for like $175. $150, $24.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $114.45. This person had me ship it to New York, and then they were going to pick it up because they were from Canada. And they're like, bro, it's really expensive to ship it to Canada. And I said, I know. You guys have VAT taxes. You have all this bullshit that has to happen. So I shipped it to New York, and then they picked it up and they took it to Canada. And I said, great. He was going to use it to play with his kids. And I said, awesome. It took about 2 weeks to sell. When you sell vintage board games like this, just make sure that you count all the pieces, the box is in good condition, and make sure that you don't just polybag that. Don't just polybag the box. Make sure that you protect it. I put it in a large box. I made sure that I bubble wrapped it because this is a collectible and they're not easy to find. Trust me, they're not easy to find. And even these have broken pieces. They had missing, it was missing like 4 or 5 pieces, which is not a lot actually because the piece count was up in the hundreds. But in any case, don't skip out on board games, especially the vintage ones, because look at that. You can make $150, sucker. Let's go to another banger, another good one. Ooh, look at that. Hold on. That deserves a quata. ¿Qué onda? I love this car. This took way longer, not way longer, but longer than 60 days, but I put it in here because it was a great sale. And I'll tell you why it took longer than 60 days. I put it up on November 11th, but I put it up for a decent amount of money, and you'll see right now. This is a Maisto Special Edition 2004 Chevy Impala Super Sport. This one specifically goes for that money. There's a bunch of other Maisto Special Editions that don't go for that much. They go for about 20, 30, or 40 or 50 bucks. This one is the good one. And I knew it. As soon as I saw it at an estate sale, I said, all right. So the lady there made me a deal. She said, you want to buy everything. And I'm going to show you other stuff in a little bit later on. I'm going to show you a couple of other things that I bought with this. But she said, if you take the whole wall, it was like a bunch of toys, I'll make you an offer or I'll make you a deal. And I said, great, no problem. So I ended up paying like 80 bucks for a ton of toys. And this was one of them. So it ended up being about $2 for this one specifically. Here you go. $125, $19.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $106.07. So $104 in profit. The reason this one took long to sell was because everybody was sending out offers, of course, for 50 bucks, 40 bucks, 30 bucks. And why? Most of the time, they do want to collect them, but a lot of people think that I am one of those resellers that is just horny to get any kind of money and just sell everything. And then they would go and resell it either on Amazon or somewhere else. And I said, no, I already know what I have. And when I have a truly special item, I wait for it. Most of the time, I don't wait. I want to turn my product fast. But when you have special edition items like this that you can't find anymore, they're very hard to find and they have a high price point, just wait. Take my word on that. You have to get your big chunks of money where you can get them. And then the smaller sales come in throughout every day. And that's all right. So that's what I got to say about when you have a limited edition good product like that. Check out this next one. This is Retail Arbitrage. Gillette Venus facial hair and skin care razor refills. Okay, this is just one pack. I bought it for $1.50 each. Sold for $11.03. Normally they sell for about $15, but I had a 15% off my entire store this week, and that's what it sold for. Free shipping. After fees and everything, I brought home $4.66. Some of you might be saying, well, Damien, you bought it for $1.50. You're only making, what is that, $3 in profit. That's insane. Why would you do that? $3 is nothing. Okay, because I get that a lot too, by the way. The reason I do this is because I can buy these. Sometimes I have found like 50 units, 100 units, 150 units or more. Sometimes you can buy them in boxes or pallets. The reason I do that is because these don't have expiration dates and this can sell all year round because people will need them all year round. And guess what? That person that bought it there, probably a lot of the times they save the store, then they come back and they buy the next one when they're out. And they buy the next one and the next one and the next one. So you can't always think now. You got to think in the future. You got to be smarter. You got to think, okay, it's $3, no problem. You know, like, oh, it's not that much money, but what if I sell it throughout the year? If I have 100 of them at $3, that's $300 throughout the year. Say that you have 20 of these products, and I don't mean the Venus, but 20 different products that give you $3 each that sell throughout the year. Guess what? Your profits are going to start adding up. Little by little, they start adding up. This is just long-term thinking. Plus, this is retail arbitrage. That means that most of the time I'm going to be able to find them again. Let's go to our next question or comment. Oh, this is a good one. I love this one. This is a good comment. At Bonnie, I'm not going to pronounce that because I don't know how to pronounce that. This is funny. I just spent a few hours yesterday learning how to do variations. You're doing a great job. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that I was able to help. They are talking about or referencing how to list variations on eBay 2025. Very simple, very straightforward. It's a screen share and I show you how to do variations. Some people don't know how to do them. So I do a lot of how-to videos to help out people on how to do anything and everything. And along with this comment, I put another one up here because it made sense. At Carol T. Rogers, Tirado 8395 says, love your down-to-earth videos, very informative. She's referencing the same one. And I wanted to put this up here because I want to share with you guys my mission. My mission as Resellutions, as a YouTuber, as somebody that opened this channel. Like, why am I doing this? What do I get from this other than, you know, money, ad revenue or whatever? What do I want out of this for you guys? All I want is to provide real solutions to real people that want to make real money. That's it. That's it. That's my mission. I want to provide real solutions to real people that want to make real money. This is why most of my videos are down to earth. I know I see some that are like, oh my God, look, I sold these products for $1,000, and they only show you the big numbers. They don't show you the what people call the bread and butter stuff that they sell every day, because that's not catchy on YouTube. That doesn't get them views. I don't do that because I want you to understand what you're really getting yourself into. I want you to understand how to actually make money every single day. Like, for example, the Gillette. This made me $3, but you can find those, and you can find them all the time. So I am super down to earth. I am very forward and very open and honest about everything that I do. And if you guys ever want to get more insight and even more honesty and more openness, you can join the Posse as a Posse member, as a paid subscriber to the channel. It starts at $3 a month, $2.99 a month for the entire month, by the way. It's not per day. And you get access to What the FAQ Thursdays. On Wednesdays, you get to ask me 2 burning questions that I deep dive on Thursdays. And I deep dive those questions for you to understand the general, not general knowledge, for you to understand more specific what you're asking about. So we can deep dive all types of subjects, not just reselling. They don't have to be reseller related. We talk about everything. We talk about AI. We talk about moving markets or changing markets, emerging markets. We talk about everything. So if you guys ever want to do that, click the join button down below. Next, here we go. Here we have Ariat FR long sleeve shirt, men's large, check plaid. I bought it for $3, sold within like 2 days or 3 days. Sold for $22.94, $8.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $15.71. That is $12 in profit. And let me show you why this is so important. Let me see if I can. No, well, I can't really zoom in, but look, right there where I'm circling, that right there was a branded shirt. That means that it had something like a company's logo. Most of you won't pick these up because they're like, well, who's going to want it? It's got some other company's logo. But guess what, guys? This is an FR shirt. It's a fire retardant shirt. That means that this is necessary for somebody for work. Maybe they just want it because they are welding at home. Maybe they just want it. This is not a welder shirt, by the way, but it is FR, so it helps with certain things. But maybe they're using it and they don't give a shit about that. They just want something cheap because they're going to destroy it anyways because they're working. So they bought it, and they bought it like that. And this person sent a lower offer, and I said, bro, this is the best I can do because I had just put it up. And he sent back, no problem, I'll pay $22.94. He sent like $18. And I said, nah, too cheap, man, because I can also wait a little bit to see if I can get a better, more money for it. And I had put this up for like $28, sold for $22.94, and I made good money. So don't always skip these. Now, if it's like a regular polo shirt or somebody's going to use something to go out, then yeah, that makes it a little different. They probably wouldn't use, or they probably wouldn't buy something that has somebody else's logo on it, just so you know. But being that it's an FR shirt, that's why they do it. Here we have Hippo Notion Smart Home Monitor System. I bought it for $7.50. This is something that I think most people get for free when they sign up for this service. But guess what? Somebody might need a replacement. Well, come and replace it from my stuff. Here you go, sucker. I bought it, or I sold it for $33.99. Free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $21.92. So what is that? About $14 in profit. That is an excellent pickup. Electronics. I love picking up electronics. You have to just know what you're doing when you are verifying electronics. This was new open box. This was never used. So that's why I didn't charge any shipping. If it was used, I would have charged shipping. I have rules set already for my business. New stuff, always free shipping. Pre-owned stuff, depending on the weight, sometimes it'll go free shipping if it's under a pound. If it's over a pound, then I will charge shipping appropriately. And this would have been probably, if I wanted to charge shipping for this, it'd be like $9 because I already knew the size. It would have fit into my 8x6x4 box that I use for hats as well. And you just have to just think about things like that when you're looking at your products that you're selling. Next, here we have Polo Ralph Lauren jeans, men's 38-34. The Varick, this name right here, I've sold that a bunch of times. I don't know why. I mean, the jeans are okay. They're kind of nice. They're very basic jeans. They're a big ass size, 38 by 30. That's a big dude. It's a big waist and a short dude. but still sold, and it sold pretty quick. I put them up on the 31st, sold. I bought them for $4, sold them for $24.22. This was because I had the 15% off, and then I sent an additional 5% off to entice them, and he bought them. $8.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $16.63, so $12 in profit. Don't forget, the Varick sells well. Polar Ralph Lauren sells well anyways, but the Varick sells. I've sold a few of those. Normally, I don't recommend you pick up really big sizes like this. 34s are the best. 36s are good too. 38s, they do sell. They're just going to usually take a little longer. 40s, 42s, and 44s, they will sell, but they will take way longer. So it's always the further up you go, the longer it takes, or the further down you go. Like size 29, I mean, most guys aren't size 29. They're 30, 32, 34, and the average size is 34. Just so you know. Next question. Here we have Adby Skeeter Holston 7285 says this person is part of the posse, and she had asked, how do you ship ties? By the way, I wanted to put this up here just to see what you get when you are part of the posse. She said, hey, how should I email or how should I mail a, you know what, let me read it. How do you ship ties? I shipped one and got an email from a purchaser saying it was very creased. I had it in a small clear bag, folded, rolled, then put up in a 6x9 bubble mailer. I understand why it creased. Should I mail them in a 4x4x4 box instead? I don't always shoot videos, but this one made sense because I thought it was a great topic for my posse members. So I shot a short video of me doing it, and I put it in between some tissue paper and I roll it. It's basically I half fold it until it's done, and then I roll it into a little taquito like this, and then I put it in a 4x4x4 box. I have never had any issues. People always say the best thing when I ship out ties, they're like, oh my God, it's just so professional. It looks so good. No creases, no problems. So if you want to know how to ship a tie, that's how you do it. If you guys want to see how to ship a tie, click the join button down below and join the posse, and you can go through all the videos that have been posted since the posse started. Next sale, here we have Star Wars Rebel Alliance Iron-On Patch 3-inch Fight Resist. Look at that. This is the stuff that I buy from Hobby Lobby that some people do talk shit. Why are you buying Hobby Lobby stuff? Espérate, güey. And I'm like, well, this is why. Like, you have to, not everything sells, but stuff from Hobby Lobby does sell. Like clay, molding clay, always sells. Pens and things that people use for, like artists use to draw, always sells. Paint, always sells. This, always sells. Number one, because it's Star Wars. Number two, because they're iron-on patches. Bought it for $2 each. Sold for $16.97, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought it home $10.21. Not a lot of profit, like I said, right? But this is retail arbitrage. I bought a bunch of these. So I still made $6 in profit. I'll take it any day, baby. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier when I group things. I get this question a lot. When should I group things? When should I lot things up? Well, this was part of a bigger purchase. And I said, I'm not going to put Travis Matthews polos by themselves because they don't make enough money. They don't make enough money for me to want to go and shoot the pictures because they take forever to shoot because they're polyester. So they're always like, I had to pin them. I have to take the photos. I got to bag them. I got to do everything. And I don't want to do all that. It makes sense, though, when I put them together, and you'll see why. So I put two of these together. I paid $2 for each. Sold for $18.69, $8.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $13.41. So what is that? $9 in profit. Invest 4 and get 9 back. That is a decent amount for me. That's why I said, you know what? No problem. But if I would have invested 2 and sold one, I had to have sold it so low that I was going to make $2 to $3 in profit, and that didn't make sense to me. So I said no, because of the time consumption here. And this is why I lot these up. Now let's go to the next one. This was part of that big ass buy that I told you with the Monte Carlo car. Not the Monte Carlo, what is it? Impala Super Sport. I also have a Monte Carlo. Not in the store. I have it here. I've always loved that car. For those of you that know vehicles. The 90s Monte Carlo. Anyways, here we go. Vintage He-Man. You know who remembers He-Man? This stuff does sell, and this one specifically was a pain in the ass to ship because you can only take so much of it apart, so it was a long box, but I have boxes for this, no problem. It went in a 20 by 8 by 8, and I still made decent money. I bought it for $2, again, with that whole lot of stuff that I bought, from that estate sale. And ma'am, from that estate sale, if you're watching this, thank you very much. You have made me, or you have helped me make a lot of money with that investment in your company. Here we go. $20.37, $12.99 shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $18.19, so $16 in profit. The vintage Motu, so Masters of the Universe, figurines and things like this, they sell. I've sold a bunch of them already. I still have some figurines that have continued to sell, and I will keep them there. Most of the other figurines I bought for $1, and I'm selling them for 10. So it's not a huge profit on maybe the margins like $3 or $4, but it takes me no time to take the pictures. And it takes me no time to list them because I made one of these listings and then I just copied it and then just changed the names. That's it. Super simple. Last question or comment. Oh, it was a question. Okay, I remember this one. Ed Andrea B1178 says, hello again, lighting question. I don't have an overhead light fan, which she saw from my best photo setup for eBay on Poshmark, best photo setup in 2024. That's how I show you how to make the setup that I have for under $100. It is awesome because you can put it behind the door. It takes you no time to build. Well, it takes you some time to build, but after that, it's super great. I'm not using plywood and all this other shit that people use, which is ridiculous. I'm using something that is super lightweight and you can move it whenever you need to move it. She says, just one flat against the ceiling frosty glass covered light, which holds one bulb. Any suggestions as what should I do? Yes. I told her, you take off the cover and then they sell these splitters for light bulbs. The splitter is essentially it goes into where the light bulb goes and it just splits it so you can put two. Now you have to watch out for wattage, like what you're able to put into that socket to make sure that you don't burn your house down and stuff like that. So that's all you. I am not a professional. I'm not there with you. So you have to do it on your own. You have to know your electrical. You have to have some electrical know-how. But most of the time you're going to be fine because those splitters don't take up too much power or too much wattage. Secondly, if you do LEDs, they take up no power at all. So you can just do a splitter and then use that to add more light. Because what she saw is that I have 3 and then I split one of them. So that means that I have now 2, 3, 4 light bulbs to make sure that the entire room has enough light so that the light bounces off the walls and it goes into the clothing without me having to put side lights on the clothing. That is what she's referencing. And that's what I said. If you guys are looking to do something like that, watch that video. That video is pretty good on how to make a setup that is cost effective and you can put it in a very small space. Because that room that I use, the processing room, it's an 8x10. It's a regular bedroom, like for kids. So it's a small room and I just am a very efficient person that always wants to look for the best way possible to do anything to save me time. And that's it. That's it, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for today. When you are looking at your products and if they're taking forever to sell, now you can see what is possible for you. You're not going to be able to find all these products all the time, but they are products that you can normally find out and about. Not maybe the specific ones, but the general categories. And you guys see what my thought process is on this so you can implement it in your own business so that you can make more money. I used to buy products that would always take forever because they were super cheap and eventually they'll sell, but that's not a good way to run a business. Your STR, your sell-through rate has to be higher and higher or has to go higher and higher so you can sell things faster and faster to turn the product to get your cash flow back to reinvest it to keep making more money. It's a catch-22. So start getting product that sells faster. Start getting product that you can pick up more or that is more readily available so that you're not always getting one-offs and keep pushing. To continue supporting the channel, you can always buy a motivational product from the store below. You can buy a Resellupe to add value to the photos you're already taking. Better photos means better sales, plain and simple. You can also become a member of the Resellutions Posse for less than gas station coffee. You get access to What the FAQ videos, you get access to other types of content, and you can get a shout out on my channel. As always, give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss awesome videos like this. See you in the next one. Peace, and cheers, everybody. Don't worry, this isn't vodka. It's just water. There's more reviews here, and there's more reviews there. God damn it. Hey. Get on the way. Fuck. You fucked up my video. God damn it. And I forgot to block.